Welcome to the Edge, Edgelords. I am your host this week, Kaylee, and with me, of course, are our wonderful co-hosts, Trucker Andy from All Apologies Podcast and Luigi Greenberg from Skeptical Robot. And today, I am going to be introducing you all to a very unique love story, the love story of Burt Pugach and Linda Reese. So, Andy, Luigi, are you guys familiar with this one?
Was one of them a dinosaur?
No dinosaurs and no hockey porn.
Damn it.
Actively avoiding learning about this because I want to go into it cold and be surprised, because you said it's quite interesting.
It is.
No, I don't know the story. You mentioned the name, and I also actively did not look anything up about it.
Wonderful. I'm excited. So I get to introduce it to both of you. I get to introduce it to all of you guys who are listening today. I fell in love with this story because an amazing documentary was made about it called Crazy Love. That came out.
Oh!
You do know this story.
I do know this. I just didn't remember the names. I have seen that documentary. Yes.
Wonderful. So that came out, I think, in around 2006, and it is actually streaming right now on Tubi for free. I highly recommend checking it out. And like I said, this is a crazy, crazy love story. It is crazy love for sure, through and through. And I will tell you from the top that there is absolutely no reason that Burt and Linda should have ended up together, but they in fact do. So we're going to go through their childhood. We're going to go through their lives, through what got them together, through what broke them up, and then what got them back together in the end of everything. So their relationship began in the 1950s, and they got married in 1974. So again, there was like a very long period of time where they were not together. They stayed together from 1974 until until Linda died in 2013. So they spent the entire end of their lives together. But the most interesting part of the story is what happens between 1959 and when they got married in 1974. So we got to start out, though, with their childhoods before we can actually get into all of the excitement. Now, neither of them had a great childhood. This is Burt as a child. He was very coddled by his mother. Andy, did you have some thoughts about Burt's general appearance?
It looks like Alfalfa from the Little Rascals is my gut reaction.
Yeah, he was not a looker.
His head looks disproportionately small.
I think he's wearing a lot of padding in that suit again. So he was born in 1927. So I don't know. This was probably 1937, if I had to guess, based on how old he looks in that picture. It was the style at the time, obviously, right?
You can tell by the onion on his belt.
Yes.
Yeah. I imagine. So he was extremely coddled by his mother. He actually says that his mother bathed him until he was like 10 or 11 years old, which is very, very creepy to me. But she also beat him for even very small infractions. So if he was acting dumb, she would just beat the crap out of him. One of the beatings was in fact so bad that it displaced all of his lower teeth. Now you will get to see modern day Burt relatively soon, but I will remind you then to look at his teeth. It's not great. Boy. That might sound awful.
It reminds me of somebody.
Yeah. No, who could that be? Please. This is the beatings might sound horrible. Getting coddled is a horrible thing, but I have to tell you that his parents tortured him with something that is much more awful than these beatings. I'm going to play a clip from the documentary Crazy Love.
I thought you were going to say Smash Mouth.
No, thank God, no. We're going to hear about this torture from one of the clips from the film. This is going to be Burt and Linda's biographer explaining to us some of the torture that he endured. Now, I don't know if you're going to fully understand how horrifying this is unless you are Jewish, but let me assure you that this is full-on child abuse.
Child? The people tended to look down on Burt and make fun of him and did things like that, And it all stems from this parent relationship. He had his bar mitzvah in a Chinese restaurant, which was really tremendously embarrassing to him. All the other little Jews were going to have bar mitzvahs, but they chose a Chinese restaurant.
That is the most horrific thing that I have ever heard.
That sounds fantastic.
Everybody was singing Hava Nagira. It was great.
It's horrible. It's child abuse. I hate it so much.
Was it an all-you-can-eat buffet?
I don't have any more details about the horribly embarrassing Chinese food restaurant that this poor boy had to suffer on the
Sorry.
on the eve of his adulthood. It's just awful. Absolutely awful. Listen, we all know that the Jews love to go to the Chinese food restaurants for Christmas. We don't want to be there for our bar and bat mitzvahs. That's very embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. Now, Linda
What's the
did
move
not
for a good bat mitzvah, Kaylee.
a country club. We're rich Jews.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
With a dance, like a dance floor and a DJ and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody like dances, all the line dances. Everybody's doing the electric slide, and it's super cool and fun. People are probably at my bat mitzvah. There were a bunch of people who got out the yellow pages and started calling escorts on a payphone. So
go on.
way cooler than Chinese food restaurant. That's all I'm saying. It's just.
I pictured Kaylee's bat mitzvah having Guar perform.
That's cool.
They wouldn't let me.
Taco Bell catered Guar performance.
I wish.
Now, who was buying the escorts? I'm curious. Was it like the teenage boys or the adults? Okay.
It was little girls prank calling escorts is what was happening.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Girls are cool.
No, not that cool. All right, so this is Linda. And Linda also had a pretty challenging younger life. She grew up without a father, which was an extreme rarity back then. And in her household, there were 4 sisters and her mom. One of her sisters died. She ended up going to spend some time with her aunt when times were tough for her mom because, her mom was a single mother and couldn't take care of kids. And her aunt's house was a household full of more women. So she had pretty much no connection to men. And she was seen as very beautiful.
She's playing Twister by herself? She didn't know any men to play Twister with?
She was seen as a little bit of a tease, as you can tell from this picture here. A lot of people were thinking that she was quite the slutty slut, but she in fact was not. And we will find proof of that later in our story today. She actually did not lose her virginity until she was in her 30s.
Okay.
I think that's crazy.
It's waiting for the right man.
Yeah, she was waiting for the right man. Exactly. She wanted to get married before she ended up losing her virginity. So how did Burt and Linda end up meeting? Well, their first encounter was in 1957 when Burt saw Linda in the park. And for at least one of them, it was love at first sight. So we are going to see how Burt recalls the details of that first meeting.
The most gorgeous face in the world. Looked like Elizabeth Taylor. Just completely beautiful. I had never seen a girl as beautiful as her.
Very sweet, right?
I mean, he's lying, but he looks like Buddy Hackett wearing a wig.
He really pursued her. He saw her across the park. He stopped everything that he was doing. He went over and talked to her. He could not get enough of how gorgeous Linda was.
Sure.
No.
He's sober.
Andy is not impressed.
Hey,
well,
he's got his low standards. It's fine.
This is just what Burt liked. Now, I got to be honest with you, Andy. He, even though Burt was completely enchanted by Linda realized that Burt was a total dweeb. So let's see what she has to say about him in that first meeting.
Waiting for one of my girlfriends to meet up with me, and along came Burt and said something very strange or very weird to me, which I did not understand. Something about England on the Thames. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. Thought he was very weird.
She thought he was a weirdo. She thought he was hideously ugly. She was not impressed on him based on his appearance at all.
A
How old were they?
33-year-old virgin is calling you a dork. The woman wearing those glasses, the novelty Batman Elvira glasses.
You don't think she looks like a badass? Come on.
No, I want to hang out with Linda.
I know, right? I see you would have pursued her too.
Probably.
Right. She wasn't impressed by him, but he pursued her anyway. And he could not stop.
Hi, how are you? Aren't you the young lady I met in Walton-on-the-Thames, that kind of thing?
I probably gave him my phone number just to get rid of him, just let's move on. And
That's
when
how
I
you get rid of
get
a
to my
guy.
home, I think there were a dozen roses that have been delivered. And I said, what the hell is all this?
So yeah, that's right. He didn't have the looks, but he definitely had something that most women really, really enjoy, which is money.
Considered the genius of negligence attorneys.
He was successful from the minute he went into the law. He was an ambulance chaser. I mean, he was a guy who's pursued a nefarious kind of, didn't matter to him, but he made a lot of money. He bought an airplane, he bought a nightclub, he had himself a Cadillac and a Lincoln and a car, and he had a house. And
so he had all of the things that women like, which is a dozen roses and cars. Right?
That'll do it.
That's
what have you mentioned like what year this is happening?
Yeah, so this is okay. So I think one of you asked how old were they? So she was 21 at the time that they met.
Okay.
So this would have been right around. This was in the 1950s. I believe that they first met in 1957. So yes, they are relatively young, and she's pretty, and he's got money, and everything should be fine and dandy at this point, right? He's trying to woo her. He's all excited, but her family starts to get really suspicious that just maybe he might already be married, because no man who can wine and dine a girl like he can wouldn't have already been scooped up. So Linda confronts him. She says, listen, Burt, are you married? And he admits that he is, in fact, married to Francine. But he says, listen, baby, I'm already getting a divorce. It's just not finalized yet. And that's why I didn't tell you about it. And so Linda says, well, listen, once the divorce is finalized, once it goes through, then I'll date you again. You can show me the papers and I'll start dating you again.
I believe him.
Yeah, you should. You really should.
Yeah, no one's ever
see how
said that and had it not work out.
It worked out really well, actually.
The next day, I got a call from Burt. Would you believe my papers came through? I said, okay, well, I'd like to see them.
I took her into the office and showed her a divorce decree, which I typed up myself. And I guess she copied down the number.
I told my mother that I had the index number, and her lawyer can check it out and make sure this is legit.
Any guesses to whether or not it was legit?
I mean, it was written in crayon, so
I'm certain it was 100% legitimate.
Yeah, not legit at all. However, I would
did
like
you
to
say
point
that it was
out-
the very next day?
Yeah.
Yes, the very next day.
Oh, look what came in.
Oh my God, it's
no
like
job,
amazing. Can
please.
you believe it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's completely crazy. But I will say she was very smart to have that index number checked out. I mean, again, that's not something that a lot of people would think to do. That's not something even nowadays people would think to do. Unfortunately, though, it is much harder to check into things like divorces during these times, because now we can go on to internet websites and see e-filed documents. Back then you couldn't. So it's taking her a very long time to figure out if he's actually divorced or not. And of course, he is not actually divorced. He is married to this Francine, and they have a baby. It's not the greatest way that he describes the baby, but they have one.
Baby. And the baby turned out to be retarded. Not only retarded, totally couldn't walk, couldn't talk.
And then after growing apart, growing in business, growing socially, she was this frump that was at home, taking care of this little girl that he produced, that he couldn't carry around and show everybody his beautiful daughter. You know, that's it can play on you.
What a love story. This frump is taking care of my imbecile child. Really,
Yes.
really nice.
So again, Burt, maybe not husband of the year material. He's treating Francine like shit while she's taking care of their retarded baby that he cannot show off to everybody. The poor thing.
Wow.
Depends on what you're trying to show off.
Yeah, well, it's true. Very true.
Look, my kid can't figure out. It keeps putting the right shoe on the left foot. Isn't this entertaining?
And then blaming. I was just say blaming the wife. Like, what a shitbag! Like, that's amazingly awful.
Your retarded womb gave me a retarded kid. Thanks.
Yeah, and now you're frumpy. Jesus.
So it's no wonder that he's cheating on her with Linda, right? He had
Right.
to. What other choice did he have? It wouldn't have made any sense. Now, around this time, Burt's law practice is also coming under a huge amount of fire. So now he's got a retarded baby and his law practice is getting all of this shit because he is an ambulance chaser. And he starts getting all of these accusations of fee splitting, which is basically when you say, hey, doctor, I will pay you this amount of money if you say that this person is more injured than they actually are. He's not doing great. And
No.
Linda is not very happy with him. Francine doesn't give a fuck. She's like, you know what? I'm sticking by my man. I like his money. It's very convenient for me. But Linda is like, no, I am done with this. He is not divorced. He's getting in all this trouble. And so I'm going to start dating this other guy named Larry Schwartz. Somehow, Burt woos her back by telling her that he did, in fact, fake the first divorce paperwork. But the only reason that he faked the first divorce paperwork is because his actual divorce is going through in New York State, and New York State divorces take a really long time. So he made these fake Alabama divorce papers because he loved her so much and he just wanted to be with her as soon as possible. Totally rational.
Does that work? Women buy this shit.
I respect the effort, but
like,
that's pretty unbelievable.
Linda's like, "What are you selling me? Who do you think I am? Your child?"
You are so dumb. You are really dumb, for real.
Oddly enough, that won't be the craziest way that he tries to win her back. He will have some other tactics of trying to win her back again as we carry along here. But let's check this one out first here. So yeah, Burt starts getting jealous basically at this point because during the time that they were not together, she does go back to Burt. During the time that they were not together, she was dating Larry, and Burt does not like that.
The phone rang, and it happened to be someone who was just saying hello. It was a male caller. The rage would come back again. I mean, you know, he thought I had sex with other men. He even made me do something which is so outrageous. But just to shut him up and to get him out of my face, I said, well, go to my doctor, and he'll examine me and let you know that I'm still a virgin.
Oh, my God.
I had to prove it.
Who came out with the verdict that she hadn't. It was a false accusation.
So
that he made.
Yeah. So Burt now has been married, lied about it, made fake court paperwork, gotten in trouble because he's fee splitting at his job, accused her of cheating, forced her to go get a gynecological exam so that he could make sure that her hymen was still intact because she's such a giant whore.
And meanwhile, he's lying and showing up with a miner's helmet to check out her undercarriage. It's insane. He's the piece of shit. That's the thing, though, right? People that the cheaters think that they're being cheated on, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He's cheating on every. So I don't know if you guys heard. His biographer mentioned that he owned a nightclub. He was using that nightclub just to bang chicks left and right. The whole reason that he owned the nightclub was to bang women. He is a horny dude and continued to be even in his later years, which again we'll get into once we get there.
And he's subjecting this woman to medical observation to ensure that she has in fact not been violated by any other man.
Yes, it would be
Wow.
awful if she had been completely used up. You don't want to buy the cow if the milk's for I don't remember how that goes right now. What I will
Sorry,
tell you is again,
not
oh, go
paying
ahead.
attention. I'm busy Googling nightclubs for sale.
I think you also need a Cadillac and to send a dozen roses. That should work. Oh, and make forced divorce paperwork. Make fake divorce
Yeah.
paperwork. That should work also. Yeah.
I
Make
have
sure it's
none
in
of these
Alabama.
things working in my favor. Exactly zero of these things.
It should be good. It should be good. So again, Burt has this grand plan to win her back. I don't think that forcing her to the gynecologist was working so well. So he does have yet another plan of how he is possibly going to be able to get Linda to love him again because he is so in love with her and she is just the most beautiful girl. The most beautiful girl that we could ever possibly imagine.
Obviously.
I began approaching people to beat her up. She'll be beaten up, she'll be frightened, and then she'll come back to me because she would want to be beaten up again.
It was unbelievable. I cannot begin to tell you how many times I went to that 42nd precinct and cry and plead.
Her mother was scared. Her grandmother was scared because they all lived together.
Thoughts are coming into my mind that are so primitive that there's no handling them.
So that's right. He decides that because she doesn't love him enough and because going to the gynecologist wasn't enough, he's going to start beating her up so that she's afraid and has to go back to him.
I don't get the logic, but whatever.
He's doing things like throwing bricks in her window. He's trying to freak her out. Yeah, no, the logic is not fully sound, if I had to guess. But he is getting away with a lot of this because he's an attorney, which means that he has a ton of connections. So he is basically torturing her emotionally, threatening to beat her up all the time, all of these horrible things. And no repercussions whatsoever.
All these women look like my Jersey grandmother's best friends. They all look the same. All these sexy names like Linda and Francine and Larry.
You got to go and check out the documentary Crazy Love because I did not include some choice-looking women in this that talk about how pretty they were back in the day. I would highly recommend
Ethel
doing that.
And Myrtle were going on and on how they were doing the Charleston at Ralph's nightclub.
It's so silly. It's so silly. All right, before I continue on with Burt's next move, we're going to read a couple of super chats. Would one of you read these for me? Thank you.
I see Uno, member for 5 months. Welcome, I see Uno.
5
Thank
months.
you. Florida 49er fan, thank you for the $2. Hi, ladies and germs, or hi, lady and germs.
You're the germ.
I'm a germ. Hunter Duke, thank you for the $4.99. Spoiler alert, it was really Dino Exotica that caused the blindness. It's true. It's true. And the hockey porn. Manigan, 2025. Thank you for the $5. Hava Nagadzira.
Oh, yeah. It's perfect. I love it.
And Select Woman Taft. Thank you for the $1.99. Let's pause and reflect on Dry Rye Awesome Andy.
Oh, yeah.
Taft.
Pause.
See you soon. Yeah. Pause and reflect.
Perfect. All right. So again, Burt is trying to win her back in his crazy ways. And he's getting away with all this stuff. But that does not make Linda like him even more. In fact, she just goes back to Larry because Larry is actually a safe, nice guy. And this is when Burt really starts to lose it because nothing he's doing to get this woman that he loves is working.
Told me it's too late. She's getting engaged. That's how I found out about Larry Schwartz.
I told him about this crazy that was in my face, and And he told me, to forget about it. He's, just blowing off steam.
I went out and waited for her to come home.
Larry is taking me back to the house, and he said there's someone in a doorway across the street.
And I was in the shadows there, and I was going to kill him.
He was there and had a gun on him.
But I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It's not an easy thing to shoot a person. I just couldn't do it.
Hot take.
He's doing everything else.
He thought it was going to
Beating
be
up
so
his-
easy.
This guy is nuts. This
And
is,
it's odd that he's so calm in his demeanor as he's saying these absolutely ridiculous things. That's really crazy.
He seems to be very proud of how he won Linda back. As he reflects on his life, he seems very proud of everything that he has done.
he's hiding in the. I had a ghillie suit on. Nobody could see me in the bushes. I was killing it. I'm the best stalker ever. And he looks so normal and pedestrian. You would never suspect that, like seeing this guy at whatever in line at Starbucks, that he would be this crazy stalker.
Yeah, exactly.
His girlfriend and having 100 side pieces at his nightclub.
His life was ruined by the fact that he had his bar mitzvah at a Chinese food restaurant. I'm telling you guys, this is the problem. That was the problem.
That's the curse.
It's completely awful. That's the curse. That's the curse. So now Burt needs a new plan because he can't kill Larry. He's like, I need to get Linda back, but I physically cannot kill Larry. It turns out I have some boundaries. I have some standards. So he decides that he...
an argument I have with myself every day. It's like, well, I can't kill this person. How do I deal with them in a normal way?
What do I do next? So he decides that he is going to hire, and I quote, 3 black men to throw acid into her face.
Oh my God. Is that why she's wearing the glasses?
The door was already open. He had his foot in the door. He was already in the vestibule, and he threw the liquid right in my face. The first thing I did was run to the bathroom. I was burning. My face was burning. I couldn't believe. You just don't put it together. You can't believe this is happening. And I put my head underneath the faucet. My grandmother was in the house. My mother was in the house. The poor ladies were hysterical. What can I tell you?
So, Andy, yes, you are correct. The reason that she is wearing the glasses is because Burt hired, quote, 3 black men to throw lye into her face, which blinded and disfigured her.
Oh, that explains why she selected those frames. She couldn't see
You
them.
will notice that all of her glasses are very, very, very dark. She is hiding what her face looks like. Now, we just got to hear her describing what it felt like to have that happen. Obviously, this was a completely tragic and shocking thing. She actually thought when she went to the door to answer the door and then got lye through in her face, she thought that it was her soon-to-be husband, Larry, sending her an engagement gift. So she's all excited, like bopping off to the door, and then she gets lye thrown in her face.
Oh, my loving fiance sent the Temptations over to serenade me.
Temptations.
Meanwhile, it's just like, let's see you check out other guys with no eyeballs.
Yeah.
All
let's
in
see
the
other
name
guys-
of love.
Let's see other guys like you with no eyeballs, I think was really what his point was I am going to be able to have you for me. And if I can't have you, nobody's going to have you. Now, this attack happened in 1959, and this is what Linda looked like after the attack. I have overlaid some clips of her friends and family making commentary about why he did what he did.
Can't have her. No one else will.
Nobody can have her. Nobody's going to have her.
He said that if I can't have her, I'll see to it that nobody will.
But she won't see. She won't see to anything.
She won't see to anything. So
She's
she
so
was
much
left.
better than her mom.
Again, you should see what those friends look like. I really should have gotten some screenshots of them.
Not a looker in the bunch.
Oh no. Oh my God. There's this one woman who's like talking about like, yeah, Linda was so beautiful. She always had perfect features. And this woman looks like Miss Piggy if she had it looks like a combination of Miss Piggy and Anthony Cumia is how I want to describe that woman.
Hot.
I really wish that I had a visual aid for that right now. If either of you want to try to find a picture of that and throw it up, I would not hate you at all.
Yeah.
It's, I believe, her cousin or her aunt that has that particular appearance. The secretary is also quite the looker in this movie. Again, let me just remind everybody, Crazy Love on Tubi for free. Totally worth watching. Even though we're going over a lot of the details, there is a lot of funny stuff happening in this movie. Okay, so obviously this is huge news now. Huge news. 3 black men throw lie into a white woman's face, blinding her right before she's about to get married to Larry. And so this it's gonna hit the papers. It's gonna go wild.
This happened. It hit the headlines like crazy. And they referred to me as a mystery man that is probably behind it.
He said to me, Bob, do you think I could do a thing like that? I says, Bert, my heart says no. My head says maybe. But if you had anything to do with it, the only way you're going to get out of this without getting into trouble is to hire somebody else to kill the 2. 3 days later, they played that tape for me in the DA's office. They had the office bugged.
Yeah, I bleeped that word. He did not, and he hard-R'd it.
Really?
Jewish men are weird.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is Bert's good
Just say
friend.
Newport like everybody else on X.
Listen, this is 2006 that they're making this documentary. That's not lingo yet.
Oh
but,
yeah, you can still get away with
this
like Jeremy Piven in Scary Movie 3. You could still say the N-word back then.
It's true. It's true. He that was his advice to Burt was kill the guys who did or hire somebody else to kill the guys that did this. And of course that was immediately discovered. So the court case for this is pretty incredible. After this all comes out, obviously everybody knows that it was Burt that hired these guys. Burt's mom disowns him. What a tragedy. I know. Francine finally divorces him, the thing that he's been wanting for so long. And now we need to go into the court case. And Burt, because he is an attorney, ends up representing himself. And so now we are going to hear his thoughts as an ambulance chaser on how up and up this lawsuit actually was.
There any more N-words?
A court off.
So we got out our retard and our N-word. Oh.
And then they have a court officer escort.
Sorry, what?
I said, who would have thought Lucy would bring the most controversial episode?
I don't even have any dino porn. Leave me alone.
And then they have a court officer escort Linda up there to give the jury the impression that she was totally blind. The case was a fraud from every point of view. I could be guilty, yet it still was presented as a fraud.
I just want to...
What?
Yeah. Now, again, this is a guy who was heralded as one of the best negligence attorneys of all time. He wrote the playbook on how to play to juries. He said, we're going to do everything. At one point in the documentary, his secretary comes on and says, yeah, I wasn't really injured when I got into this car crash, but he made me go and pretend like I was. And he told me which doctor to go to and, all of these things. And she's like embarrassed to be admitting to this. He is an ambulance chaser. He wrote the playbook on ambulance chasing. And I will say that means that he's not a great attorney. He's a shitty attorney, but also he shouldn't make commentary like this, but also probably takes one to know one. So he probably recognized exactly what they were doing.
And that was the worst. What is that? Like when you take credibility away from the witness, where he's just like, she said that 4 black guys completely blinded her, but it was 3 black guys and she still could use part of one of her eyes. So why are you going to believe her?
What a fraud.
That's basically what he said.
Oh yeah, totally. He never denied that he orchestrated this. Well, he did in the very beginning, but he stopped denying it.
What are you going to do?
I mean,
bust a woman in 1938?
Yeah.
For this documentary, he's talking about how he was behind it and then just described the court scene. And it's like, yeah, total bullshit. Saying I did it. This dude is off his rocker.
Yeah, he's something else.
Linda takes a stand, and of course it's very dramatic, and she cries on the stand
like
and
a
it becomes
woman.
very emotional.
I could not see well enough to see Burt in person. I heard his voice, but if someone told me Burt was dead, I would have said wonderful.
So Linda feels like she wishes he was dead at this point. She's like,
It's like, let me at him. Where is he?
Yeah. But she had a little bit of vision, Andy. We think that she might have been able to find her. We don't know.
Why did he look like he was also a magician? It's a weird magician's
very
beard.
Weird. He
Yeah.
looks
Hey, we
very
got another super chat. Did you see that?
I did not. Thank you.
Carl. Carlo 967 for 199. Gay. That's Carl.
So gay. All right, what do we got next? Please. We've already done great language here tonight.
No.
That's Carl. I always threaten to block him.
N-words, R-tards, and gay.
Yeah, we're going to have an F word around the corner.
Change the name of this episode.
I can't wait. No, we're not doing that. Nobody do that. All right, so Linda wishes that Burt is dead at this point. She's like, I cannot believe that I went to the gynecologist to show you that my hymen was intact, and your response to that was to throw lye in my face. What a jerk. She hates him. But how does Burt feel about her and getting to see her in court?
In love with her. In court, I was still in love with her when I saw her.
Jeez.
And to me, just seeing her in the courtroom was a property. In other words, I was happy to be a defendant because I was able to see her.
Still in love with her.
I got to say, she does look pretty cool with the glasses on.
What was he trying to say? That I like he was struggling to find the right word. I still don't know what word he was trying to say. Like he was like, well, let's just say, like, I think he was literally trying to say I was horned up.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
He is a horny dude. He covers his horniness well in this documentary, but I have a sneaking suspicion that all of what he's doing is being like, look at my balls. Actually, I used to bartend at a neighborhood bar, and I would have guys that looked very much like Burt come in, and they would sit and have drinks in the middle of the day during their lunches. And all the time they would be like, my balls are really swollen. Do you want to touch them? And I was like, no, I don't want to touch your balls right now. But like, that's what I imagine Burt is doing in his free time.
I have my pursuit of finding a woman to sleep with me has been all wrong all along. This is what I should have been doing. I should have been asking them if they want to touch my swollen balls, throwing acid in their face. Wow, I've been wrong this whole time.
I'm glad that you're learning something today.
Why the fuck would a guy say my balls are swollen? Do you want to touch them? Like,
yeah.
That, like, how did they get them anything but a punch in the face?
Yeah, I know. It doesn't work well. But I mean, again, we're about to find out that it works very well here.
You miss 100% of the shots. Don't stay through these lesson here.
So stupid. So stupid. So the court case, again, it's a mockery. Now, Burt uses every single tactic under the sun to delay this court case because he wants to have any excuse to be able to talk to Linda and see her as much as possible. So he is doing everything. He claims that the judge is mentally ill. He cuts his own wrists to get a mistrial. He arrests the prosecutor. He gets himself sent to the psych ward because he just wants to delay the trial longer and longer and longer. Ultimately, though, he is in fact deemed fit for trial. And of course, he does get convicted because even though he thinks the court case is a fraud, he absolutely did this. And he ends up serving 14 years. 14 years.
Wow.
Now, at the time of the attack, Larry and Linda were together. And Larry stuck with Linda until the cameras went away. This was big news. It was headlines everywhere. And Larry was like, I'm going to be the great guy who sticks with my lady. As soon as the cameras went away, Larry went away. Linda, you know, she tries to move on with her life. She starts dating, but she sees herself as damaged goods. So nothing sticks at any point in time. She is wearing these big dark sunglasses every time that she's going on dates. So she's not really having a problem getting dates. It's keeping them because she's horribly disfigured.
Yeah.
It's gross.
That's funny that she sees herself. I get it. See what she did there.
Jesus Christ.
She definitely damaged goods.
God damn it. God damn it. So
She's still a virgin at this point. Like, is she banging
that's
after
actually a good question. Yeah.
Acid in your face? She's like, fine, I'll go down on you.
Nom, 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 nom. That's what she said.
She can't feel it when you shoot her in the eye.
You beat me to that, and I hate you so much for beating me to that. It's very convenient. Very convenient.
All the women are doing it now.
So she actually, it's kind of interesting how he ends up getting out of jail. He gets paroled. And the reason that he gets paroled is because Linda is trying to keep him in jail. Linda wants him behind bars for as long as possible. And so she tricks Burt into sending her a check. And then she takes that check and because, you know, while Burt's in jail, he's an attorney. So he's helping all of the inmates get out of stuff. So he's making money. He's making money hand over fist. I think he said something like he made $4,000 in his first month in jail because he's extorting inmates and giving them legal advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a very good businessman. He's a very good businessman. So she convinces him to send her some money, and then she takes that to the courts and she says, don't parole him. Look, he's harassing me by sending me money. And during his parole hearing, the court goes, did you really send Linda this money? And he says, yeah, I really sent her that money. And they say, well, if we let you out, would you continue sending her money? And he said, yeah, absolutely. So they let him out and her plan backfired. So he gets out of jail. 14 years later, after
judge?
The judges are not great. She's like literally pleading for him to stay in jail, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's going to give you money. You like money."
Oh, is
right?
a woman talking? You're paroled.
Yeah, paroled.
He's going to throw acid in your face, though, but he is going to send you a check and say sorry.
Yes, yeah, it's going to be so good. You're going to really love that
money.
money.
The money, yo. Oh, sorry.
I cannot believe. I mean, I watched that documentary, but it's just been such a long time ago. I forgot how unbelievable the story is.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So when he gets released, obviously there's still a lot of press coverage on this case because it's such an unbelievable case. So he gets asked to do an interview with journalist Marvin Scott. So let's check out what happened during that interview. If I know where that clip is at all. Here it is.
I have on my show today a man who's been in prison 14 years, Burt Pugach, and he wants to say something to Linda Riss.
Then he looked at me, he looked at the camera, and he said, Linda, I know you're out there. Linda, I love you. Linda, I want to marry you.
Tonight at 10, Burt Pugach proposes to the woman he blinded. On 10 o'clock news.
That's right. He got on a broadcast, and the first thing that he did was propose to Linda because he's still madly in love with her.
Take me back, baby. I don't care if you're half blind. However that happened.
Let's forget about that whole you're blinded thing. Who even cares?
Who's blind? You're blind. I'm blind. Who knows anymore? It's water under the bridge.
And to add insult to injury, your last name's now going to be Pugach.
Pugach. Sucker.
Hey, Marvin Scott, when you said that name, I was like, why does that sound familiar? Folks, I'm going to do a little cross promotion. That guy was a pivotal person in my 9-hour coverage of the Amityville Horror. And yeah, that's crazy. Didn't know there was crossover there.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. I think he's a pretty popular journalist, I think, out of New York City, if I remember correctly.
Interesting.
Which would make sense for both of those things now that I'm thinking about it. So yeah, duh, Kaylee.
He
Listen,
was
I'm a
basically
woman, I don't know.
the first person to meet the Warrens on their way to popularity, and he was like, these people, let me tell you now, it's 1976, they are full of shit. And the rest is history. But that's really interesting. Huh. All right. Sorry.
Well, let me tell you, if somebody blinded me and then proposed to me on live television,
And their
I
last
would
name was
not-
Pugach.
and their last name was Pugach, I would not be interested in hanging out with them. But Linda does finally agree to meet up with Burt.
And I was to her.
And I said, wait, let's cool this. I mean, I just came to say hi.
I don't know if you caught that in the
car was he
beginning. Like,
driving at this point, though?
the first thing that he said to her when they met up was, "I want you to marry me." And what kind of car was he driving? I don't know. He just got out of jail, so probably not that good of one.
She said, give it a little time.
I wore my clear glasses. I don't think I could have revealed myself with clear glasses to anyone else. He saw no difference. To him, I was still beautiful.
They throw
From the
acid in your
time
mouth too.
And she's drinking from the number one lawyer
Number
cup.
one lawyer cup.
Started dating. It was 5 months before we decided we would get married.
So they were dating for just a couple of months before they decided that they were going to get married. And as I mentioned at the beginning, they get married and they stay married until Linda dies in 2013. So this is 1974 that they are reconnecting. They seemingly fall deeply in love, which is one of the craziest parts of this documentary, which is one of the craziest parts of Crazy Love, because they really do seem like they love each other. I mean, they seem like a bickering old couple who hate each other, but they also kind of seem like they're like, oh,
They had good years before that.
Yeah, yeah. How could they possibly have? He threw acid in her face and then did 14 years in the clink. Like,
And
that's not
her
good
last name's
years.
Pugach.
Last
And
name's
she
Pugach.
saved her virginity for him.
Yeah, it's awful. It's awful.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. He's like, man, the 14 years really makes me want old Burt back.
Yeah.
And don't you think that after he had sex with her, he was like, oh, God, what have I done?
Well, we will get into his behavior post their marriage here.
Oh,
in just
God.
in just a minute. But they do, at this point, they seemingly fall deeply in love and they do some press tours. They go on things like Sally, Jesse, Raphael, and like all of that sort of stuff. And so this clip is just going to be them doing an interview together. And again, I mean, to me, this seems like a happy-ish couple. I don't know. We'll let them define that.
You marry a man who blinded you, disfigured you so many years ago.
It's something that was very, very hard for me to come to terms with to myself. It's very hard to, after something like this happens, say, gee, I still care for this man.
Still care?
Here.
Yes. She has always cared for him, which is even crazier.
Yeah.
It's hard to admit it to yourself, let alone the rest of the world.
Are you both happy?
I am. How are you?
Yeah, I'll go for it, so.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, my God. Wow.
If a man blinded me and then wasn't like, I'm the happiest guy in the world that I get to be with you, I would murder him.
On live TV
I mean,
or,
it would
you
be
know,
hard
on
to do.
whatever TV that is, he goes, yeah.
Are you happy, Linda? And she's like, well, I guess I'm glad I can't lay eyes on this creature. The way this guy looks like a fucking mad scientist that doesn't give a shit that she's even there after torturing her for what, seemingly 15 plus years.
Yeah. Oh,
That's when he's not in jail.
Yeah. Oh, the entire time that he was in jail, he was contacting her, annoying her the entire time. He would not leave her alone. All of this was recorded. And again, because he was an attorney and he had enough connections, he knew how to get away with things like this. The whole time that he was in jail, that whole 14 years, he is bothering her, trying to get back with her, sending her roses again, doing all of this completely absurd shit.
Every time the phone rings, it's like, this is Yonkers State Prison. Do you want to accept the charges? She's like hanging up on him. Oh, he's thinking of me. Oh, how dreamy.
Remember when I tried to blind you? I'm sorry.
Yeah. You know, I never have heard either. I've listened to a lot of interviews with these two, and I've read the book that was written by them and the biographer that we got to see earlier in this episode tonight. I've never heard him say, I'm sorry.
He's such an asshole.
Yeah, he's such an asshole. All right, we do need to find out what they were up to in the mid 90s, but before we do that, we're gonna hit some more super chats. So
they were
Luigi,
grunge rockers. You want to take these, Andy?
2K puppet, $2. She was a no vision of loveliness. So, Rob. Manigan 2025, $5. Wait, a Jew that's good at making money? This story's bullshit.
Case closed.
Zen Comedy 1979, $2. Andy, my balls are swollen. All right, come over.
That's why I wanted you to read them. I saw that earlier.
You got to be really gentle.
Yeah, I got icy hot, ready for your balls.
What woman wants to touch a ball that's not swollen? What is the swollen? What's swollen? What's the swollen part of it that's supposed to attract them by asking, "Do you want to touch my swollen
Luigi,
balls?"
we don't want to touch balls.
That's my point. That's my point. Like, for me to now say I have a freakish ball, do you want to touch it?
Everybody knows that the balls.
I got to
are
be
the
honest. I think
appendix of
that
the
ball.
cock.
I think that ball was pretty freakish, and I probably should have touched it. But I'm also happy that I did not.
What you should have done was like, yeah. Kapow! like slammed your fist on it.
UK puppet, $2. I'll never lie to you again. Yes, I see what you did there.
Nice.
Reverend Hamhead, $2. Burt
Hammers.
would make Iceberg Slim blush. Yes. Pimpin' ain't easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we all know Iceberg Slim, right? Man, this dude is like. The craziest part about it is that this guy is obviously a sadistic bastard and sociopathic, maybe psychopathic, doesn't mind hurting people, and he's saying all this shit with a smile, acting normal. That's the shit that scares me.
She's into Bad Boys, Luigi. What do you want?
This is obsession to the extreme. He saw her in a park, fell in love with her based on her looks alone, pursued her for years and years and years, disfigured her, went to jail for 14 years for disfiguring her, and continued pursuing her. He is obsessed with this woman.
I'm
sorry,
you are right, but I
Yeah.
think that's half the story. I think to some extent she's obsessed with him.
Yeah.
Is Latanya Vegas
she's
giving
mad,
Burt the wood, the Husey type wood in the chat? Latanya's into Burt. Sorry, Kaylee, I cut you off.
No, you're fine. Well, I think that one of the craziest parts of the story is what happens. So what happens in the end of the story. So again, he has now blinded her. They are now together, seemingly happy. But Burt is Burt, as I think we've all established. And so in 1996, he does it again. He starts cheating on Linda.
Oh.
And the woman that he's cheating on goes to the cops and says that he told her that if she doesn't bang him, that he's going to blind her like he blinded Linda. He literally starts cheating on Linda and tells another woman, look at how powerful I am. I'm going to fuck you up.
Burt's going to Burt.
Have you know it?
Andy, I called this clip "Let's Do It Again" for you, just so you know.
He said, if I can't have you, no one else can. Since you did not want to have dinner with me, tonight will be your last dinner.
He grabbed me from behind. He groped my right breast.
He's a liar. She starts carrying on about me that I promised to marry her. I never did.
I have tremendous connections. I will meet with my people tomorrow. It'll be quick. I'll pay for your funeral.
He told me that if you don't want to go to dinner with me tonight will be your last dinner.
She said, I promised I'd divorce my wife, which I did not. Oh, no, I might have said it, but I never meant it. I lied.
At the end, there was "I lied."
Was that the waitress from his bar mitzvah?
I might have said it, but I never meant. I had my fingers crossed.
Meanwhile, Linda's going into the Willy Wonka television scene. Those glasses that she's wearing.
I was going to say Frank Gorshin as the Riddler, but that's probably good too. Wow, what a fucking piece of shit this guy is. Yeah. My God.
Husband of the year. So, do you guys want to place some bets on how Linda feels about these accusations?
I think I might remember.
Okay. Well,
Andy.
I'm going to say that she fully believes all of them.
Yeah.
She seems like a pretty straight shooter.
Yeah.
I interviewed Linda on the steps of the Queen's Courthouse, and there she still stood by.
Let me back that up for a second. So when the same journalist is saying that he interviewed Linda, what he's saying is when Burt went back to court for threatening another woman to again throw lye in her face and kill her, Burt had to go back to court for that, and so now this journalist is interviewing Linda on those courtroom steps.
I interviewed Linda on the steps of the Queen's Courthouse, and there she still stood by her man. She defended him.
Hey, you guys, do your wives know what you're doing all the time? The only thing, you guys are smart enough not to get into a jackpot like this. Hey, come on. I mean, this is the first affair. Nobody's ever heard of this. Come on, give me a break. And for all intents and purposes, he's been a very good husband. He sucks right now.
Oh yeah, and also he blinded me. Did I forget that part?
Yeah, he sucks right now. He sucked in 1959. He sucked in 1974. Fuck this asshole. But also,
oh my
do you know where your wives are?
Like that she's doing her Joan Rivers impression.
Yeah, and like this is a woman. You know what's so sad is like. I mean, I guess we could just deduce this is that this is a woman who had very high standards for her eventual marriage in which, she wasn't even going to have sex. She was waiting. She was trying to find the right guy. And now what she settled for is someone that blinded her and is cheating on her and now defending him. And it's like, what brainwashed methods that this guy used, or just what happened that made her change so much. And this guy's basically like a cult leader and she's his follower.
Yeah.
God, that is that is just so amazing.
Luigi, you bring up a really great point. He really should have been a cult leader.
Yeah.
There's clearly something that he is saying and doing that is making women fawn all over him despite knowing his history and shittiness.
But I think the only single Jew in Secaucus. The dating pool is very small here.
I was 30. I was practically a senior citizen. Like what's sad though is I said it earlier. I think he's only half the story. I think she is sick in the head.
Yes.
Also, so like, wow, like he is obviously a violent criminal and, disgusting excuse for a human being. And she is just mentally unwell. And
it's called
crazy.
Smart.
Crazy finds crazy.
They certainly seem like they were made for each other. There's always the saying that like there's somebody for everybody. These two might have been made for each other. They really
He's
might have
not
been.
perfect, but he's mine.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Now they did in fact stay together. So again, they got together in they got married in 1974 after he got released from jail, and they stayed together until Linda died in 2013. She likes to think that she got her ultimate revenge because he had to see what he created every single day. She did end up losing at the time of the attack. She didn't lose her vision entirely, but she did, as the years went on, completely lose her vision. Couldn't see a thing. He had to deal with what he created every single day, and she gets to nag him about everything. So this last little clip that we're going to look at is the bickering old Jewish couple. And I got to tell you, I wouldn't want to be with her. I don't really know what he sees in her.
Take care of this sleeve. Take a look at it.
There's nothing on you.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You know, you backed into me, and then you blame me that it's my fault. And I messed you up.
When did you hear me blame you?
Every day. Poor Bert has to get along with me these days.
I lost some key material.
Being with me is not an easy thing. Had to do with it.
Probably something.
I figured this was the best revenge. Hurry up, it's hot like hell.
Okay.
He locks the door and walks away.
She had the last laugh.
Yes. I really think that she did. I really think that she did. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? So who's crazier than Luigi? Is it Bert or Linda?
Man, I gotta tell you, I'm split. I feel like their crazy is manifested in just different ways. You know, his obviously was very physical and psychotic, and hers, I believe she's a damaged person that was eventually like even evolving into more damaged, if that makes any sense. Like her, I feel like her actual self-respect and psyche was completely broken down and began to deteriorate slowly, but eventually got to the point where I'm going to guess that the insecurity of blindness, while also wanting to be a wife, made her do something that she probably wouldn't have done under normal circumstances and take him. But yeah, I do remember that in that documentary, they don't really focus on the bad things in their marriage. Like they kind of, and as crazy as that sounds, they just talk about life as day at a time life.
They seem to have just moved on.
Yeah.
Which is very
moved on.
impressive
That's a good way.
and mature for these two idiots. What about you, Andy? Do you have an opinion about who's crazier in this situation?
Well, Bert's definitely the craziest. She's probably operating from a position of fear. Like you have to wonder what this guy is going to do next, and it's probably easier to keep your enemies closer. But
yeah,
Bert's daughter from his first marriage did go on a date Mad Mead, though, so happy ending. Yes.
I think there's also like a weird element of fear in here, not to make it too dark, but this is what I kept thinking, even though it never got said, was that I think that there was this weird fear of violence that she became so obsessed with from him, you know, like him being obsessive with her from prison, where she began to fear for her life and safety, that in a weird way that becomes like Stockholm syndrome, where he was taking up so much space in her brain, she couldn't help but direct other emotions at him.
I was only half, not to cut you off, but I was only half joking when I said that when he would call her from prison and like harass her at home, that she probably was like, oh, he's thinking of me. This guy's obsessed with me. Women like that. They get that.
Well, especially women
kind of
who are
attention, but just
blind. She literally feels at that point that she is damaged goods and that nobody's ever gonna. She thinks she's a burden to any relationship.
Right.
The way that Linda thinks about herself at this point after becoming blinded is that, and especially with Larry leaving her as soon as the cameras left, the idea is that this woman is so damaged. No man is ever going to want to take care of her. She's going to need extra help with things like wiping her own ass or whatever the fuck you need help with when you're blind. I don't know. Let's ask Blind Mike. But she's going to need help with whatever those things are. And she doesn't want to ask a man to do that for her. The ultimate thing is, he did this to me. He's going to take care of it.
But then, I mean, I guess to me, that's still a giant quantum leap from developing love for that person, you know? So like, I think it's,
no.
Okay. All right.
It's not, it's a weird version of love if she's classifying it as that.
Again, both in the documentary and on YouTube, you can find like a ton of interviews that they did because they had all these big press circuits. What you'll see is a lot of the time she'll go, I don't know if I love him, or, you know, if I just,
that's interesting.
You know, she kind of like shoves off those questions. And a lot of it is the cute little jokey relationship things. You know, they're holding hands, they're leaning on each other. A lot of it looks like love, but I don't know that she really feels that. I think that she feels like her life will be easier if she just says yes. In the same way, on one of the first clips that we listened to, she described giving him her phone number because it was just easier. It was easier to get him to go away. And I think that that's a lot of what she did. And again, we kind of see that because she grew up in this household that was completely women-centric. So she doesn't know how to deal with a man.
You ladies sure have it hard dealing with all these fucking creeps showing up.
Listen, I still have eyesight. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
For now.
I'm not answering my doorbell anytime soon. I'm not answering my doorbell anytime soon. I'm also
we had another...
not changing my last name to Pugach.
I think we had another super chat.
I think so too. I see the lovely Donna G coming in for $20. Donna G, thank you so much. Oh, hey,
Donna
Andy.
G.
Oh, hey.
Hello,
sorry,
beautiful Kaylee. What's up, Luigi?
What's up?
The wonderful, wonderful Donna G.
Thank you, Donna G. That's Mrs. Chainsaw.
Well, we are going to be coming to a close here tonight, but before we do that, I would love it if Andy, you would start out by telling everybody where they can find you.
Yes, please go to allapologiespodcast.com and you can find everything that we have going on there. But the YouTube channel, All Apologies Podcast, or Patreon, bit.ly/stay sorry. I just did a pretty awesome episode with Nelly. We're doing it on Sunday mornings at 10 about Abella Danger showing up at the Miami Hurricanes game and all of the frenzy that ensued from that. So
future lawyer Abella Danger.
Yeah. And Dylan from Somewhere joined us on that episode. So that's very good. You can find that on Nelly's channel and my channel. Check it out, please.
Great episode. I was cracking up at that one.
And Luigi,
what about you, Luigi?
What are your plugs there?
Well, if you want to touch my swollen balls,
worst plug ever.
Check my hymen first, motherfucker.
I'll throw lye in your face. Yes. Check me out, Luigi Greenberg on YouTube, Skeptical Robot on Fridays. We've been doing a series on the Satanic Panic of the 1980s. Check out the final episode this Friday, episode 4, where we talk about the McMartin preschool trial and the end of the Satanic Panic. Guest Pat Dixon. And also, Tuesdays and Wednesdays on Hack Ride Studios, I do Unboxing Eric, Unboxing Riley Martin, and Unboxing Bigfoot It Is. Check us out. The last episode of Unboxing Eric was wild. We watched the video of Eric's one and only appearance in the Sirius satellite studio, and I have never laughed so hard. It was great.
Kaylee, do you want to do your plugs before we read this last super chat?
Sure. People can find me on Once Over with Kaylee, Cayley, on YouTube and on Patreon. Over on YouTube, I've been doing lots of Lucy Does Dabbleverse stuff. I have some new movie reviews coming out soon. And on Patreon, you can watch me do the most embarrassing things that I've ever done in my life on the internet for a small fee. So yeah, it's well worth it. And of course, hackamania.com, April 10th through the 12th. You can use promo code Kaylee, Cayley, for 10% off your tickets. I want to see everybody there. Andy and I are going to be there. It's going to be a dang blast.
Yes.
Yeah,
And you
let's
want to
see.
read the last super chat there, Kaylee?
Big Daddy Dodo coming in for $4.99. Thank you so much. Love is for suckers. I love you, Kaylee. I love you too. I promise I will not blind you. I will check your hymen though.
Yeah. And I believe that usually we're doing these every other week, but I think you have a very big episode of Lucy Does Dabbleverse in 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, the day after the Super Bowl, right?
Oh, I sure do.
Yeah. So maybe we'll shoot for the week after that.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, while you're waiting for the next episode of the Edge Files,
keep edging.